And remember that there is that additional property in the in the geometry data, which is where you find all the normal information. Yeah, so once you've set up all the origins, the one with the window isn't set up properly. Yeah, it's a little bit harder once you probably want to get that. Yeah, that's the one. Harder once you've baked the bevel because yeah. Is the top one with the window done? You will. Sweet, cool. Yep. Okay, sweet. Now what you want to do is put your 3D cursor on the world origin. Yeah. Shift S. Yeah. And then select all of your objects. Oh, no, go through and name them first, actually, and just do like like Connex door, Connex window one. You know what I mean. Like keep it simple, and separate the suffix, the prefix here with underscores. You bolt. No. So the next step is to basically select all of them and then just move them. So not those guys, and not the light either. Nice. Just check in the world outliner that you've got nothing selected that you don't want. Oh no, undo. Yeah, you should offset the UVs on one of them too. Yeah, like go into the UV editing. You're in UV editing. Just go into edit mode. Select all. and then go into the other window on the left. Select all, and then do like G, Y, 0.23. Yeah, sweet. Yeah. Yeah. Now it's going to be different. What are the things that are called like main Connex 06? Go up into the world outliner. What's that? Oh yeah, that's your reference. Call that ref. Yeah, and what's the one above it? That's just an empty object. Just delete it. And some data. Yeah. Cool. Looks like everything. Just delete the light. You don't need it there. Leave him there. Just hide him. Hide the camera. Yeah, and hide the reference object. Yeah, and now select all those. And then just do Q and selection to cursor. Yep. Yep. Because now everything's pivot point is on the world origin, which is what we want. Because when we export from Blender, it doesn't actually save their pivot point. It saves their pivot point as the world origin. So you need to do that process first, where you put each individual object's individual object origin where you want it, so on the right vert. And then at the end, you select them all and move them to the cursor, which should be on the world origin. And then, if you you'd notice because something would be offset, and you'd be like, "What the?" Like, yeah. So that looks right to me. So now you're ready to just do a final reset of the transforms. So yeah, all transforms. Yeah, and then. Now that's it. Now go up to export and choose that Blender preset thing. You know, I can't see your screen now, so but yeah, you just need to. When you save it, just call it SM underscore dot, and like just SM underscore. Just call it SM underscore, and then we won't have to do any renaming in Unreal. That open the yeah, yeah, well. Make it so I can see it because I can't see it. To open the content browser, control space, yeah, and then in the like have you got like a folder hierarchy? Oh yeah, content, sweet. Go into content folder and make like a mesh folder. Make a mesh. Make you need to make three. You need a mesh, a materials, and a textures. You don't need to have an underscore folder. Just call it materials, mesh, and textures because there is a limited amount of characters that you can actually have in a string in Unreal. So when you get into bigger projects, you need to basically break down the folders and the names into like 3 letters because like you can only have so many letters essentially in a file path, and like if it's like materials, textures, like it gets longer and longer, it won't bake. So it's a project. It's an Unreal Engine limitation thing, eh? Like you have to have kind of tight, clean naming conventions. Like you'll see in like my bigger projects, I have like MAT for materials and like SM for static mesh. Like the bigger the project gets, the shorter your prefixes have to be for it to be able to bake. So get into like naming convention habits early on. Yeah, but also now go into your mesh folder. And right click import. Yeah, in there, bro. In the folder. Yeah, right click import. Browser. Right? I can't see that. So if I get a screen pops up, that's Go. Go and I reckon it's well. I mean, if you do that, it's probably not going to be able. You probably won't be able to walk through the doors or jump through the windows. So I'd say just leave the collision for now. Untick and scroll down to the bottom now where it says like create new materials, and just say create materials and uncheck import textures because manually. Do not. Yeah, correct. We'll do it manually. We want it to go to the right folder and we want it to be named appropriately, blah, blah, blah. Email. Yeah, it will. It's just smoothing group bullshit. None of it ever matters. It's still going to play. So while we have them like that, just select all of them and pull all of them into the world and like kind of spread them out. So we can just check the normals just to make sure that it looks so they look how we expect them to. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, well, and then spread them out so we can see them all. You've pull them out on that way, yeah, so we can see each of them because we want to examine the normals. So like spread them out. Maybe don't stack them in front of each other like that. Spread them out. Yeah. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, well, they look pretty good to me. I don't see any issue with the normals. It's kind of hard to tell with that texture. It'd be better if we had like a flat color debug texture. Go into your starter content and just find control space, starter content, and then go materials. Yeah, and just do probably asset platform, probably one of the middle Chrome ones. Usually shiny shit really shows up problems with the normals. So probably like the far left middle Chrome. Yeah, and just like drag that and put it on all of them. Yeah. Yeah. Do it to all of them. Actually, basic wall, I think, will probably be a good debugger. Do the basic wall one, that white one at the top left. Yeah, that's better. That'll show it up. Yeah, they look good. Okay, just fly around them, make sure it looks like nice even shading, no weird fucking blotchy, no blotchy normals. No, that looks mint. That looks like it's nice soft normals on the edges. Yeah, well, looks exactly how I would expect it to look. So that's good. Sweet. We just have to build the material now, bro, and then that's it. You can start kit bashing. Negative. Everything, bro. This is like I've said this a billion times. Like every material, because we need, because we have to line up the UVs. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Correct. Yeah. Yeah. But you need to do it over and over and over and over and over and over and over to learn the process anyway. So, yeah, well, so I go into your content browser and navigate to the material folder we made just before. In that content browser on the left, right click the material folder and go set color, and then make it green. Make it green, like a dark, like nature green. Yeah, well, and then go back into that folder and then right click, create new material. So right click over on the right. Yep. Yeah, well, and call it M underscore opaque, OPAQUE, and that just means like it's opaque, which means you can't see through it basically. Double click. Now I can't see that window. I need to see the window. You're probably going to need to share your screen, bro, rather than just the window, because there's going to be quite a bit of back and forwards, and yeah, the resolution fucks out. We'll stay on this until it becomes a problem then. Okay, so those textures in your Blender file, go open Blender, go into the shader editor, and in the shader editor, you'll be able to find references to the paths to those textures, and we want to pull them into Unreal. Yeah. And then click, so they're right there. So you can click up, see the path. Yep. Copy that. And then, and then go into Unreal and then navigate to your texture folder that we made, because we'll be in the material folder at the moment. No, bro. No. What are you up to? Control space, or go to the content drawer and navigate to the texture folder. No, bro. No. You're not. No. Go click into content. You should have made maybe you didn't make a texture folder. Go into content. Yeah. Go into textures. Yeah, and then import. Right click import. Yep, and then now up the top there, paste that path. Yeah, and then grab all of them. Oh, you probably won't need D. Don't worry about D. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Sweet. So now you want to drag all three of those, and you can do all three at once in Unreal, can't in Blend, into that window, into our material. So drag them in. Yeah, and now max it full screen the material browser, because we're going to be in here for a few minutes. Now zoom out a bit and space it out, so you've got like that principal shader, the main thing with all the plugs on the right, like quite far away from it. Yeah, you're probably going to need more space, and you want about two. You want the space of two texture objects in between each one, bro. So so space them out more. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, cool, sweet. Yeah. You just need quite a lot of space because we're programming now, bro. Like we're programming the texture, so we need to make space for all the commands that are going to come between. So off that first texture, right click it first and go convert to parameter. Yeah, and then name it albedo, ALBEDO, which just means color. ALBEDEO. And then on the left details panel, Yeah, yeah. So on the left details panel, change the group to albedo. So type albedo. No, you need to type that first because you haven't made it. Yeah, albedo, and then change the sort priority to 0. Yeah, sweet. Cool. Now, yeah, right click that one and go convert to parameter and call it roughness. Roughness. Actually, it should actually have an extension. It should call it roughness text and do the same thing for the albedo. Call it albedo text, but leave the group as just albedo. So now on the left there in the details panel, you can rename it. Yeah. So call it roughness text. So under TEX, no T, just text for texture, and that way you can type TEX to find all the textures in the search. So just call it roughness text. TEX, TEX. Yes, there you go. And then just do the underscore TEX on the top. Oh yeah, group that as just roughness. Yeah, and then sort priority 0. Yeah, sweet. And then change albedo, the albedo one up there to albedo text. Underscore. That's just so you can find the textures later. Yeah, sweet. And then do the same one for the bottom, but call it normal text. Yeah. No, normal text. Text. Yeah, normal. So converting the texture to a parameter just allows us to get control over the texture in the instance that we're going to make later. So just call that normals. Yep, and then 0 for the priority. Okay, lovely. Now we'll start on the normals because this is pretty easy. Just pull out a pin from the RGB on the normals, down the bottom on the normals. Yeah, pull out a pin from the RGB and then click and type 1 minus. Yep, and then click that. Yep, and then pull out another pin and call it flatten normals. Yep, yep, yeah, and lay that. And then where it says, oh, actually, yeah, that's fine. Just where it plugs into normal, just control click and plug it into flatness. Yeah, and then under. Oh, hang on. What am I doing? Wait on. No. Okay. Yeah. No, I know what I'm doing. I'm just being a spazoid. So pull a pin from the normal input, the top normal input. Yeah, and put it into the RGB of the normal text. Yeah, and now I'm sorry, Alt click the 1x input. The 1x input, Alt click it. Now that's the output. Yeah, that's the input. Yep, sweet. And pull off the input of the 1x. Yeah, and drop it and type scalar. Yep, press enter. Yeah, that's the one. And call it normal intensity. Nice. And then over in the details panel, put the default value. So over in the details panel, put the default value to 1 and put the group as normals, and it will be in the drop down box now. It'll be in the box now because you've made it. So normals. Yeah. And then sort priority to 1. Yeah. That means like the texture will appear first in the list and the normal intensity controller will appear second. Sweet. And now right click that result input of the flatten normal. The result input of the flatten normal. Right click it. Right click it and connect to normal. Yeah. Sweet. Now just lift up the normal text and like line it up with the flat normal so that no. Undo. Yeah, the text, the texture. the normal text. Yeah, lift. Yeah, so it's like a straight line into the flat normal. This is just me being. Yeah, just so it's clean. Yep, sweet, beautiful. Okay, cool. Now, off the roughness, we want to pull off the red channel. We don't actually need to pull off RGB. We just need the red channel. Yeah, it's cheaper to just take from that channel. And type multiply. Yep, and then press enter. Yeah, well, and like yep, pull a scalar off the B. Yep, so pull a scalar off that. Yep. And then call that roughness intensity. Over on the details panel, bro. If you miss it, yeah, it's over there. Intensity. And change the value to 1. And put the group to roughness, which is already there. It should already be there because we made it on the texture. Yeah, and then put it to 1. Yeah. Oh, and then pull another thing off the output of the multiply. Yep. And go into a power node. Yeah, just power. Yep. Sorry, they're all nodes. Yeah, and pull a scalar off the EXP. Yep, a scalar, and call it roughness contrast. And then over in the details panel, give it a default value of 1. Put it to the roughness group. Yeah, and then 2 for the priority. It'll be third in the list because we've got the texture as 0. And then you can just pipe that to the roughness, or you can right click it and say connect to roughness. Yep. Main. Now do copy those 2 nodes, or those 4 nodes that you just made, the multiply, the power, and their 2 scalars. Copy all of them. No. The roughness ones, not the normal ones. Nah, you've got a normal one. Just box select those 4. Yep, beauty. And now copy paste. Yep, and then pull another pin from the red channel of the roughness texture. Same, and drop a 1 minus. Drop it into a 1 minus. Yep, and then connect the 1 minus into the multiply that's waiting for an input. Yep. And then just drag that 1 minus up so we've got a straight line. Oh, tidy it up. Nice. And then rename those ones to just rename the roughness components of the 2 that we just made and change them to say specular. So click it. Click the 2 scalars there. Yeah, click that one. Go over to the details panel and change roughness to specular. We still want intensity, so just no. We still want intensity. We don't want the word roughness. We want the word specular. Yeah, specular. Yes, and then and then just change the sort priority of that one to 4. 4. We still want it in the roughness group. I always keep roughness and specular together because they kind of play off each other. And then change the other one to specular contrast and change the sort priority to 5. Yeah, that's right. And then sort priority to 5, and then plug that into plug the power into specular, the spec channel. Yeah, into the specular channel. Yeah, well. And then with the albedo, pull off the RGB, drop it, and type vector 3. 3. Press escape.